Hello, everybody, and thanks for coming to Tech Mashup. Everyone is a recruiter. And this is actually going to be fun today because for the first time, I think actually for the first time ever, we're getting closer and closer to an in-person event by having both Ron and Elise from our team in the same space. So I'm happy to be here. There he is. There he is. So welcome. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you being here. And I think this is going to be a session where you really learn a lot. So I want to start with our land acknowledgement. In the spirit of reconciliation, I want to acknowledge that we are gathered on the ancestral lands of Treaty 1 territory. This is the original lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, Dene, and on the homeland of the Red River, a Métis Nation. I also want to acknowledge and thank our sponsors, and I see a couple of them are actually here today. Tech Manitoba is a member-based organization, and we have the world's best members. And some of those members are have stepped forward and made this event possible by sponsoring the Tech Mashup series for the year. The first is MITT, Manitoba Institute of Trades and Technology. So thank you to them. Thank you to NTT Data, and I see that Tim's here. Thank you, Tim, for being a long-term sponsor and also a presenter often. NTT often brings us some great information, as does Online Business Systems. So thanks to Online as well for being a huge contributor to our tech community and to Tech Mashups. So I get to introduce our pal, Ron Cantaveras, today. And Ron, I think we're just about ready to go, right? I'm going to give you a little bit of background on Ron. He brings over 20 years of entrepreneurship, business development, marketing, and social media experience to his role as the top tech talent recruiter. He provides a unique and fresh perspective in recruiting top IT talent in Canada. He leverages social media. He uses all the platforms, actually. He's got a great, he's got a wonderful followership base that he pulls from. And he's been, I can talk personally from following. It's both fun little anecdotes and really working it well from a corporate perspective. He's working from a 360 desk, which is both sides, both employers looking for really great quality tech talent and helping recruit individuals looking to be recruited to find a great fit for them. He's a passionate advisor and collaborator who focuses on building long-term relationships with the clients and the candidates. And one thing I just want to ask of all of you that are here today, it's more fun if you really participate. And we want this to be an interactive presentation. So we're going to ask you later in this presentation to get out your phones and to help us get your feedback. So please do participate. It just makes it more fun for everybody. So, Elise, are we ready to go? Yes from Elise. Ron, are we ready to go?
Give me 1 second. I'm in makeup.
Okay. Okay. We're ready to go. So come on stage. There he is.
Oh, just adjust the camera here.
And we'll take it away.
This is fantastic. I'm so excited to be in front of everyone here today. I'm here at the Tech Manitoba Call It Studios, and we're here in the heart of the exchange. We're actually right across from the David Appin Group offices in the Richardson building. So it was a close walk for me to come over and present to you today. Our Tech Mashup is everyone is a recruiter. And you know, this kind of evolved when we first started talking about this. I was going to talk about branding and then I talked about recruiting, but you know, we use LinkedIn on a daily basis, at least for a lot of us, many hours a day, trying to find good talent. So I want to sort of start by, you know, I see a lot of familiar faces and names that are here on the remote platform. Welcome to those that I'm already connected with, and seeing from the people that are participating, it's about 80% of you that I'm already connected to. So you're currently already following me on LinkedIn. So thank you for following me and liking all the posts that I do on a daily, weekly basis. For the other 20%, this is my opportunity to share my knowledge and my insights for future collaboration and future connections on LinkedIn. So find me on LinkedIn, smash that connect button, and let's see if we can work together. For, again, networking, this is such a fantastic platform. So what I want everybody to do is say hello to the person next to you. And by saying next to you, just pick somebody that you don't know in chat, say hello. In the chat, say hello as well. Let's greet each other. Good afternoon, good morning, and let's bring some energy to this presentation. So with that in mind, let's see the chat blow up. And for that, get your phones. We're going to start a Menti meter. I kind of want to see who's here. I want to see the type of audience that's here today, so I can kind of tailor some of the things that I'm going to be delivering a bit more focused, but at the same time casual and fun. And I can kind of poke fun at a few people that I see on the on the participants list. So I feel like it's romper. I'm like, hello Anne, hello Justin, hello Laura. We've got Sandy, we've got Tim, we've got Chris. Thank you for all coming today. So on your screens, you'll see the Menti code plus a QR code. So if you want to scan that on your phones, we're going to go to our first Menti question. And technical support forgot the Jeopardy soundtrack. So
no,
we'll do it. We'll do it together. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. So like I said, we're gonna have fun with this. So if everybody is in Menti, the first question is, who is in the audience today? And by who's in the audience, what is your job title? So if you are a recruiter, type in recruiter. If you are an HR manager, type in HR manager. For any students that are here, students, and also include which university you might be. Project manager, program manager, who else is here? Data scientist, director of marketing. I love directors of marketing. Client executive, HR generalists. Recruiter, data scientist again. Client exec. Wow, this word cloud is blowing up. I can't. We're having fun. Awesome. So I'm going to kind of touch upon a lot of the things that I do as a recruiter, but also provide insights as to how you can use LinkedIn for the roles that you have based on sort of the job, based on the job titles that you carry. So it's going to be very high level, but at the same time, we can throw all the questions in chat and we'll take care of those questions after the presentation. Yep. I'm going to run through the slides, might be high level, which is fine. I could probably spend an hour on each slide, but we can save that for another day. Disrupted. Just kidding. So thank you very much for putting in the titles. Now we're going to go to the next question. How much time do you spend on LinkedIn on a daily basis? 1 to 2 hours, 4 to 6 hours, or 6+ hours?
Do 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 do
Awesome. So yeah, the majority of people are saying that we've spent 1 to 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours. Who's that one? Can we find out who that one person is? I'm just kidding. So yeah, so we spend quite a bit of time on our through our workday on LinkedIn, whether it's recruiting for talent, whether it's collaborating with coworkers, or it's trying to get, at least in my case, I also run a sales sort of management client executive function. So I do use it for business development and also collaborating with hiring managers and HR managers all across the country. Next question is, I'm a visual person. We were able to kind of see what I'm wearing today, but where are you? Are you working from home? Are you wearing sweatpants, boxers, shorts? Or are you in office with a casual dress code? Or are you in office, such as me, with, don't have a tie, but I don't know if I had a tie, you'd see that.
Very snappy.
So,
very snappy dress.
So this is the third time I'm wearing a suit this year. But I digress. That's for another conversation. But it's good to be in a suit. It's good to be in front of the camera. And I thank you everyone for participating in the poll. So yeah, everybody is in casual. So after this presentation, I'll be switching into my sweatpants when I go back to the office because nobody's there. So thank you very much, everybody. What are we doing for time? Just want to make sure. So that is So I'm going to share my presentation. Can you switch it? Perfect. Thanks, Elise.
Thanks, Elise.
Bye.
We actually planned that because she was either going to go underneath the camera or behind me, but she went in front of me, which is completely new to the script. Here, coming live from the Tech Manitoba studios, live from Lombard, MTN. But it's good to be here. And what we're going to do here, what we're going to accomplish today, a couple of things. I'm going to switch over to our agenda. So by the end of today's session, we've got about 30 minutes. I'm going to kind of go through the slides. I'm going to provide some information about understanding strategies to create compelling and engaging LinkedIn posts. I'm going to share a lot of what I've been doing on LinkedIn, just to give you guys a sense of, for the people that follow me, you've probably already seen it, but at the same time, I want to kind of dive into sort of the thought process of how I came up with it, how I came across, surprised by a lot of the insights and analytics that accompany the posts that I throw on LinkedIn on every single day. And then I'm going to kind of throw in tips, tricks, some hacks, how to get the most out of LinkedIn posts. And then also strategies to consider with working with recruiting firms such as David Appin Group. So who's ready to have some fun? Let's throw up in the chat celebrations, claps, whatever you want. Let's get some energy into this presentation. Everybody ready? Do I hear a yes?
I need a sound maker. Woo, woo, woo.
So you don't have to go very far to see that companies all across Canada, there's a shortage of IT talent. There's a shortage of talent all across the board, every single sector, every single industry. There's a shortage of talent. Has it been magnified by the pandemic? Absolutely. We're busy trying to find talent before the pandemic, but even now, with the shortage of talent and the amount of business that we're ramping up with, I'm seeing digital transformation projects, project managers, business analysts. The list goes on and on and on. So we are seeing that all across the board, and that's why we're here. So my goal is to help you craft those LinkedIn updates so that you can attract the talent that you're looking for based on the content that you post on LinkedIn. So I ran a poll. So I was kind of talking to Lori a couple weeks ago and said, what am I going to talk about? We originally had a couple ideas of how to craft this presentation. And I thought to myself, what am I going to talk about? So what I decided to, I'm going to take some real world examples. I'm going to throw some stuff on LinkedIn for the last 3 weeks and bring them back to the presentation. And so one of the polls that I had was, why are we all on LinkedIn? We all kind of answered that earlier. We're spending 1 to 4 hours on LinkedIn per day, but what are we doing there? We're networking, we're finding opportunities for career growth and strategy. At the same time, there's a few people doing business development, sales and marketing, and the other kind of, there was one person that was here for the memes. I've got a slide just for that individual. I know he's not here, but I'm going to give him the gears after I give him a call. So this poll itself, like many polls that a lot of people that see on LinkedIn, drive a lot of views. For this one particular, just in the 2 weeks, over 7,000 views for this particular poll. 135 people voted, and it gives me an opportunity to look at the polls, see what answers they had, and maybe there's a connection there that I was, if somebody said that they're looking for a job, I can go through my list and say, I need to talk to that person. I might be able to help them, I might not be, but I wouldn't know if I didn't run that poll. Wanted to give you a quick story on networking. So I was at Polo Park at the Chamois a couple weeks ago and was getting my car cleaned. While I was waiting for my car to be cleaned, I came across this board. Want to say that I haven't given a business card away in about 2 years, but this is one opportunity that I didn't have a business card, but at the same time, for me to find connections, you can use this. So I said earlier, we're going to use this opportunity to network. We're going to use this opportunity to connect. So in chat, want to look at the participants list, go through the participants list, take a quick glance. If there's somebody that you haven't met before, say hello, exchange LinkedIn profile links, use Remo for the introduction, save LinkedIn for the collaboration and future sort of opportunities, whether that's working together as on business or working together as employer, employee, or doing referrals, because you never know where your next referral, your next job offer is going to come for. So take this opportunity to find somebody on the participants list from today's seminar and say hello, because that's where it starts. I'm going to talk about briefly the LinkedIn algorithm, this magical algorithm saying, there's a lot of bits and pieces to it. If you kind of search it on Google, there's, articles upon articles, but really generally the biggest takeaway from the LinkedIn algorithm is essentially what it's doing. It's taking away spam, taking away not so much valuable content and putting that to the side and elevating and amplifying content that you find useful, that you find valuable to sort of you and the work that you do. If you notice that we don't get a lot of, if we get spam, it kind of goes through the filters, but there's the odd times like, why is it showing up on my LinkedIn? It doesn't happen often because there are 4 different sort of areas where LinkedIn kind of uses that, uses their algorithm to reduce the clutter and spam, or to elevate and amplify valuable content that's going to be worth reading. So, and that's the big takeaway there. So whenever you post on LinkedIn, you have to ask yourself, is my network going to enjoy and appreciate this post? And if they want to save it, they're going to like it, they're going to use LinkedIn reactions, and those are the good things. What you don't want to happen is people unfollow you, people put those posts on mute. You didn't want to see this. Those are sort of the user community saying this isn't appropriate. This should be for some other network, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. But at the same time, if you have 1,000 followers, there's going to always be somebody that's always going to have that opinion that this isn't relevant. That's fine, but you have to make sure that the information that you're posting on LinkedIn has value to the networks that you're working, that you're collaborating with. And as a recruiter, I have the candidate side. So a lot of candidates would want, how do you brand LinkedIn? How do you create your resume? Those types of posts are fantastic. On the business side, maybe hiring managers want to find out what's the current state of, the hiring. What are interview processes looking like? How fast do you need to put an offer in front of a software developer before they get 2-3 offers? And those are types of thought leadership or thought leadership posts that I normally post, and use that as an opportunity to enable the discussion between people that are following me. And if anything else, I actually do a lot more commenting on other people's posts to increase that collaboration and engagement and online communication. So you're asking yourself, when's the best time to post on LinkedIn? LinkedIn is by far a professional network. Each and every one of us works normally Monday to Friday, 8 to 4:30, 9 to 5, 9:30 to 10. But recently, there's been some sort of Google news that seem to indicate that people that are working from home, they're also having to work late in the evenings because of whatever reasons that might be, family, other things. So for the most part, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. But the best time to post on LinkedIn is right about now until 2 o'clock, or Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 2. Because if you think about it, people get into work, they log in to their systems, check a few things, see if everything's all right. 10 o'clock rolls around, it's like, oh, go for a coffee break, go for a water break. Who's on LinkedIn? What's happening on LinkedIn? So it might be that sort of, kind of the analysis of why that time frame works. But middle of the day, middle of the week, that's and I'm going to use that to our advantage. I'm going to also announce a little contest at the end of this presentation. So stay tuned. Do you have any questions? I haven't seen any. So there's this thing, as a photographer myself, for those of you that don't know me, I've been a photographer decades, and there's this term in photography called the golden hour. It's 1 hour after sunrise and 1 hour before sunset. And the glow from the sun is a lot softer than the harsh daylight, midday sun that casts shadows. So those are really good times. That's why we have awesome sunrises and awesome sunsets. Same thing happens on LinkedIn. From the moment that you press post or update, a lot of things happen. So you, within that first hour, LinkedIn, the LinkedIn bot or the LinkedIn algorithm, along with their followers, are going to decide, is this content relevant? And if you're getting a lot of reactions such as likes, celebrates, loves, insightful and curious comments, that's going to elevate the algorithm and say, people are liking it, let's take it to the next level. And if people are using those reactions to unfollow, mute, or stop seeing this type of content, that's going to take away from the, call it the score, and not show it and display it moving forward. But at the same time, there's things that you want to keep in mind. Have a professional tone, not too formal. You might want to inject some humor and some fun, as a lot of people that do follow me, I do try and make my LinkedIn posts lighthearted, but at the same time, very professional and business oriented. 53% of LinkedIn views are on mobile. So, I'm scrolling through LinkedIn. So if there's photos, or if there's videos, that's also one way to diversify the content that you're posting on LinkedIn. So it doesn't have to be all text, all videos, all photos, but just change up a bit and post at random times. LinkedIn hates automation. So if you're posting every day at 10 o'clock, that's going to flag your content. If you're running automation on LinkedIn Recruiter or Sales Navigator, that's also going to flag usage from LinkedIn. But at the same time, try and use appropriate hashtags. From all the readings that I've gone through, or the seminars that I've attended and watched, a lot of people are saying that you should have at least maximum of three hashtags. For the people that follow me, I use hashtag Recruiter's Life to give people a sense of the type of work that I experience on a daily basis. But at the same time, I also add mentions. And for this presentation leading up to it, I tagged Lori Wheeler, I tagged Kelly, I tagged Tech Manitoba. I forgot to tag Launch. I'll do that again. Sorry, Jason, I'm not sure if you're here, but I'll do that afterwards. And also, you want to have audience and industry relevance. And if the people that are following you on LinkedIn are part of your professional network, whether they're HR business partners, hiring managers, students, you want to make sure that the posts that you're posting on LinkedIn are relevant to the majority of the people that follow you. I would say that somehow that changes, let's say, for example, if you're a foodie or if you're a restaurateur, but at the same time, the people that might be following you might be people from the hospitality industry, and they might enjoy that stuff. People from the tech side, mind you, I love food. I'll like every single food picture on LinkedIn the same way I do on Instagram. But those are people that I'm connected to outside of my work at Applin or just in general in Winnipeg. I see we have a time note. So as I said earlier, the LinkedIn Golden Hour is an opportunity for, if you like something and it's been posted recently, smash that like, smash that celebrate. Those are the reactions that are going to elevate and amplify your messages. So if you are an HR manager, if you're the talent acquisition individual working with the software development team, maybe it's a good thing to tell your software development manager or the team and say, hey guys, I'm posting on LinkedIn, give it a mention, give it a shout out. And that allows, if everybody has seen, a lot of people post comment for better reach. It's a simple and easy way to amplify messages on LinkedIn. What's even better is for individuals that if you're working as part of a team, to share that information, to say, hey, so-and-so is a fantastic recruiter. You need to talk to them, but before you talk to them, talk to me because I can, send you a referral. And interestingly enough, 85% of a lot of new hires come from referrals. That is people knowing people. And in the same way that we did here earlier, you never know where your next opportunity, job opportunity, connection is going to come from. So what I did earlier to promote sort of the connections today through chat, start the conversation here. Throw it on LinkedIn, and maybe that'll lead to something. You never know. So I did a branding presentation internally for Applin, and I probably spent about an hour on it. What I wanted to bring from that sort of presentation internally from Applin was one of the key pieces of real estate on your LinkedIn profile is going to be your LinkedIn headline. It's worthy to note that your LinkedIn headline follows you everywhere you go. It's there on your profile page. It's there at the top of every single post that you post on LinkedIn. But more importantly, it is on every single post where you comment on a thread. So for example, Abhi Khan won the by-election a couple weeks ago for Fort White. Congratulations, Abhi. Looking forward to working with you. But at the same time, if you look at this thread, you'll see that Raj, Carol, Jason, Manish, I'm all connected to them. But at the same time, a quick glance at their headline, I definitely understand who they are, what they do, and potentially what their value proposition is. So what I would say is, you can put your company name and job title, but there's so much more real estate in your headline that you can provide what that unique selling proposition or that value proposition is. For example, anytime if somebody looks at my profile, somebody's going to take that instant and say, is connecting to Ron or going to his profile page of value? Is it worth my time to see what he's all about? But if I have that information on my profile headline saying I help IT and HR leaders grow powerful technology teams by recruiting exceptional IT talent in our large professional network. As an HR manager, it's like, I need to connect with this guy. Maybe he might know a few candidates that we don't. Or if they're candidates, maybe I need to connect with this recruiter. Maybe he knows HR managers or roles in the hidden marketplace that I'm not aware of. And instantly there, it's like, okay, I need to connect so I can follow or connect with Ron. All my information, how to connect with me at Applin is there too, in my About section. There we go. And one other aspect of your profile picture I want to highlight, and I don't see a lot of people using this outside of either being a hiring manager or being part of talent acquisition, is that if you're running a software development team, maybe you might want to talk to your developers during your stand-up meetings or your Scrum sessions and say, hey, the folks from talent acquisition, they're posting this on LinkedIn. Go to your profile page on LinkedIn. Know that your network, the network that you're connected to, other software developers, we're also hiring. So what that does, it connects you to a job that might be posted on LinkedIn, but it gives people that invitation. And I think that's what a lot of people need, is that invitation to connect. If I'm outwardly saying that I'm hashtag hiring, people are going to come to me. If the other frame that is available is open to work, it works the same way. But from a recruiting perspective, as candidates, we can post there that we're open to work. And from the recruiting side, we run reports through LinkedIn Recruiter using that open to work and find which candidates have put open to work on their profile so we can connect with them. We can't find you if you're on LinkedIn, but if you start using these hashtags and these frames, it provides us as recruiters an easy way to find you. And as from the hiring perspective, it's an opportunity to invite people to connect with you on potential opportunities with your organization. One of the key features that I recently started was the talk about hashtags on LinkedIn. LinkedIn started this awesome creator mode. I haven't fully used or a lot of the features on it, such as LinkedIn Live and LinkedIn Newsletter. I think I'm too busy for that right now, but at the very moment or last week, I kind of posted on LinkedIn that I've kind of had what am I going to talk about on LinkedIn? I talked to candidates about their careers. I talked to candidates and clients about recruiting. I come from a digital marketing background, an entrepreneurship background, and also talent acquisition, which is what we're doing quite heavily right now at Applin across all our divisions, across Canada, across all our offices. We're busy. So we want to thank the clients across Canada for being part of your search function. I didn't want to talk too much about content strategy because everybody does their own thing. It's your personal network. I come from a graphic design background. There are so many tools out there that you can use, a lot of free tools like Canva. I'm also a golfer, so I kind of throw golfing into a lot of the posts that I post throughout the year. Last weekend it was the Masters, and I run polls. I run job ads, the ones that we're actively recruiting. So I don't want to talk too much about the content per se, but I do try and post on a daily basis based on the people that follow me. So those are the business owners that are looking to help partner with Applin to find talent, and there's the candidate side that work with Applin to find jobs for or careers. So in chat, this is another opportunity for us to talk about a few things of what you guys are looking for. And I'm going to start the conversation by saying, in chat, in 4 words or less, how would you describe your company culture? 12:35, we have 10 minutes. We should be done after these questions.
Right.
Who has paid time off? Who has unlimited vacation? Those are things that, oh no, sorry. Ooh, one step ahead of myself. So company culture, flat organization, collaborative. Thanks, Gabrielle. Betty Lynn Mueller, caring, professional, fun, thought leadership. Awesome. Part of the reason why I wanted to do this was start talking about our company culture, your company culture, actually. And I'm going to relate it back to how you can post it on LinkedIn. At the same time, in chat, for everybody, what is one company perk or benefit that you personally enjoy? Is it paid time off? Is it working from home? Is it health membership? What does that look like? Paid vacation, meal breaks, health insurance. Everybody usually has those common denominators: health insurance, vacation. Fridays off in the summer. I need to include that. Work from home autonomy. Awesome. Flexible work schedule. Optional remote. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I want you to take those ideas and start thinking about how you can craft those ideas into LinkedIn to attract talent, to attract views, to increase that excitement of, hey, I work for this company. This is awesome. This is what you could do invariably. Because I would say that there's always that FOMO factor, fear of missing out. If it's like, oh my gosh, that company does this, maybe my company should have that too, or I should look at going to that organization because they have unlimited paid vacation. But let me give you some examples. So at Applin, I definitely want to share our employee experience. Because we have many offices across Canada, we are working remotely and working from home as well. But it's always nice to see. Early on the pandemic, everybody was posting on Zoom and Teams screenshots. That again just demonstrates the fun that we still had or tried to continue working on our company culture, and that shows. And if somebody's going to follow me, they say, "Oh, I'd love to work at David Applin," or "That's an organization I'd love to work with," really gives us a sense of community as well. And also celebrate your wins. Just last month, Applin's office in Winnipeg was announced that we launched Branch of the Year. So Winnipeg. Yes. Yes, I was going to put some fake studio clapping, but we have to.
We are the studio.
So celebrate your wins. People love wins. People love to celebrate, the success of others. And also some of the challenges that we had last year was the Strava Mental Health Challenge across Applin, where we kind of did a lot of stuff together outside of the office. It was the mental health breaks. And also a lot of people talking about remote work. 2 weeks ago, I was at the office and I just put this picture of Portage, Maine from our boardroom office at Applin, and over the 2 weeks, 11,000 views. It's just a picture of Portage, Maine. But we have a work anywhere policy at Applin. So this summer, I am planning to go to Vancouver, Banff, in July and August, work there for 1 week, and then stay there and continue my vacation. But at the same time, we have offices there, so I can plug into the office in Vancouver, Edmonton, and Calgary, but at the same time enjoy evenings and weekends in those beautiful cities. Quickly touch about sort of creative. I use Canva for the most part. As a graphic designer, I also have access to the Creative Suite, Adobe Creative Suite, so I have a bit more access there. But Canva is great for really quick sort of templates. Throw in that, you throw it into Canva, and there you go. So there's always free. So in chat, I also wanted to talk about the last couple of minutes here. In chat, we all know that we're looking for IT roles, but think of your organization. Is there a non-IT role that your company is having a hard time with? And if you are, post that job title into chat. If you can't think of any, there's got to be sales manager, events manager. Yes, events manager. Tech Manitoba is looking for an events manager. Yeah. So if you know anybody, talk to Lori. Perfect. So that's a freebie, just so you know.
That's great. Thank you.
I won't charge you.
Very nice. I'll come ask questions once you're ready.
Sure. So at the same time, I said that there's one person on that comment, on that poll. He's on LinkedIn for the memes. So there's a recruiting meme for Chris. I know that he's not here, but I'll screenshot it and send it to him. But here we're here to build relationships. We're here to help you achieve your business goals. And we're here to also provide insight and help. So whether you're our first call or the 5th call, we're here to help. So please keep us in mind for any of the work, any of the roles that you need to help fill. So before we go to the questions, do you want to do the contest?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
So also, I love food, and me being Filipino, I love Filipino food even more. Just so you know, April is Filipino Food Restaurant Month, and as a way to help celebrate Filipino food, I've got a little LinkedIn posting challenge for everybody in attendance. The winner was going to receive a $50 gift card from Max's Restaurant, and fantastic food. And I can't wait to award it to one lucky winner from today's presentation. So here's the challenge. I want you to share your tech mashup experience. If you find me on LinkedIn or on Tech Manitoba, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn pages, you'll find the Tech Mashup graphic, fantastic graphic. So whoever designed it, kudos to you. You make everybody look fabulous. Grab that graphic, post it on your laptop, your phone, take a selfie, and share your insights. What did you learn today? What are you going to do tomorrow? Make sure to mention me, David Appengroup, and Tech Manitoba. I want to also tag Lori too, but also include the hashtag LinkedIn strategy, plus 2 other hashtags that you might feel is also viable. I'm going to pick a winner on Thursday, April 14th. But at the same time, as I said, Wednesday between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. is the perfect opportunity for you to post that on LinkedIn. So that's a challenge. I look forward to LinkedIn blowing up. And thank you very much for coming to today's presentation. And that's it for me.
Hello. Well done.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
That was great. And given that tomorrow we're probably all going to be storm stayed in our house for at least a day, you've got lots of time to work on your LinkedIn post. And who wouldn't want $50 Filipino food?
I know.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to look at some questions. We're going to give you some questions to answer here. And I'm going to go onto your screen just so you can see me. There you are. If there's a question here that somebody else is really interested in hearing the answer to, just to make sure that we get this answered and we don't run out of time, you can upvote. So look at the little Q&A at the top of your screen and upvote a question that really that you'd really like to see Ron answer. So we'll start with,
What type of behavior would you advise against on LinkedIn that people still do?
It's a good question. So LinkedIn is a social network. There are, 8 billion people? I can't remember the exact number. It's a lot of people. There are 15,000 people that follow me or I follow on LinkedIn. It's hard to say. If it's content that you're not particularly interested in, you have options to mute it, unfollow that person, and report it. Really simple. It's based on that algorithm. LinkedIn, again, is a professional network, and whatever might get through that algorithm and show up on your timeline, you have the option to do a lot of things. You can like it, you can unlike it, you can mute it, you can report it. It really is, up to the user population to flag that or elevate or amplify those messages.
Perfect. Do you think premium is a good? Do you think premium is a good investment?
It depends. So again, depending on the role or the function that you have using LinkedIn, as a recruiter, I have access to LinkedIn Recruiter, the professional version. At the same time, because I have a business development and client service function, usage of Sales Navigator is of value to me. It provides me insights into a lot of things that the free version doesn't allow, right? So, and again, it comes to the old adage when I was in sales back 20 years ago at Cortex was price is what you pay, value is what you get, right? So if you are paying $150 for Sales Navigator, and if you are bringing in the business, that's going to be of value. If you're finding that the connections or the messaging that you're not is not making those sales, then it's not going to be of value.
Right.
It could be too expensive.
Work it.
Yeah.
Use it.
Exactly.
Yeah. What do you find employers or employees value most? Like as a recruiter, what are some of the things that employees are looking for that maybe helps convince them that that's the job they want to go to?
So in this, share a little story. One of the questions that we ask candidates, and we're seeing it quite often, is you have 3 job offers on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of money, we assume that every single offer is going to be the same. There might be a bit more here and there. But what is it about that organization that you're going to decide that's going to be valuable to you?
Right.
So company A might still have the same monetary offer, but they have a growth or educational allowance that the 2 others don't.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe companies B and C might have unlimited time off. They might have other things. And that's why I said that sometimes whenever candidates try and find as much research on individual companies, they go to Glassdoor, they go to Levels, FYI, they go to the internet to find out that information, salary, benefits, compensation, different things. They talk to friends. They do backwards reference checks. They talk to previous employers or employees and say, why did you work for that company? Mm-hmm. Right? Winnipeg is so small that there's a connection everywhere that you can probably find or at least talk to somebody and say, hey, I'd love to talk to you about so-and-so company. You were working with them, 5 years ago. Why did you leave? Right.
Right.
So, and that's what I kind of hinted at. Sometimes posting on LinkedIn is valuable. It's also, if you're not posting, people are going to have questions like, well, they don't talk about their benefits. Why are they so great? If they're so great, why are they not posting on LinkedIn?
Right. And is just out of curiosity, is that work from home flexibility a tipping point for some people?
Depends on who you ask. Sometimes
okay.
it's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Others, I love the fact that I have an opportunity to go into our offices anytime that I want. Maybe we're doing renovations at the house. Maybe the home office isn't quite, the productive place I want it to be. Maybe I have in-laws visiting me from the Philippines and they're using our house.
Are you speaking from experience?
Yes, I am.
Okay, here's another great question. Is it more effective, in your opinion, to be posting as, like, if we were posting just as Tech Manitoba or Lori Wheeler in terms of trying to find our event manager?
So we can do it a couple ways. You can use Tech Manitoba as the posting for on the company page.
Yeah.
But because every single employee at Tech Manitoba has their own individual networks,
yeah,
you can probably use that hashtag hiring frame,
okay.
attach it to the job of the event manager, and say, "Hey guys, we're hiring." Right? So that broadcasts out to that network. At the same time, includes the Tech Manitoba network.
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Okay, let's take a look at this one. What can you say about those politically election-related posts on LinkedIn?
Same thing. Politicians are there. Non-politicians are there too. Politicians are there to collaborate. And if we know that, case in point, John Reyes is now the immigration minister, and there's issues revolving around immigration and IT talent, LinkedIn is a great way to connect with him. Again, politics is politics. You can either mute it, put it to the side, but if it's part of your business, if you need politicians, if you need the programs to help you succeed in business, it's there.
And here's a quick question specifically for you. And what do you enjoy most about recruiting?
I love working with people when their eyes glow when they see that job offer. Whether, the hard work that they go through interviews, at the same time, taking that job offer that candidate signed, bringing it back to their client saying, offer accepted, the glow in their eyes, like, yes, we found somebody.
Yeah.
Right? So those are the wins. There's definitely lots of challenges. There's a roller coaster of emotions in the recruiting world. But yeah, that's at the end of the day, it's talking to candidates and hiring managers for finding, the right candidates for them. That you're the roles that you're putting people in can be life changers.
Yeah, for sure. That's right. Yeah.
I look at a lot of new immigrants that have exceptional skills from their home countries, and they say there's this myth about Canadian experience, but there's a lot more experience. Experience is experience, right? We live in a world of Winnipeg. We tend to be a bit smaller player than the Vancouvers and the Torontos of the world. But you have candidates coming from Dubai, the Philippines, Singapore, Asia, these big metropolis centers that have exceptional experience.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we just got to take a chance on them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, again, we can always find somebody.
Yeah. And I love that. Like Tech Manitoba is definitely advocates of diversity, and I love that you say give a chance to some newcomers for sure. So the last question that we've got posted right now is, do you think you should put referrals right in your post? Asking for referrals?
I ask for referrals every single day.
Yeah. Okay.
Referrals has been the number one source of new business and undiscovered candidates in my network.
Yeah. Okay.
Ron, I love your post. You should talk to this person. Confidentially,
yeah.
They kind of send me their names.
Yeah.
And again, this is Winnipeg, and I'm going to say, somebody told me about you.
Right. There's not many degrees of separation in Winnipeg.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, your name came up. Right.
Yes.
Like, how did it come up? It came up on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So, but referrals are a fantastic way to build sort of that. If you're in HR and talent acquisition, referrals are the best way. Your current employees are part of networks that maybe they're not on LinkedIn, maybe they're on Slack, and other sort of, let's say developer type of platforms where they're collaborating with people outside of LinkedIn. So.
Okay, well, that wraps up the formal part of this presentation. Good job.
That's right.
And this was very fun to be in the studio here at with the three of us. It was great. So thank you. Oh yeah, why don't we get Elise? And also Ron gave a shout out to Adam and to Cynthia for the fantastic graphics. Thank you for helping us with tech support, Elise.
No problem.
Thanks to the rest of the team, because it's certainly a team that puts these things together. But before we flip back to networking, I just want to tell you about a few upcoming Tech Manitoba events that we don't want you to miss.
So Disrupted is back. It's going to be bigger and better than ever. I'm really excited about the program that we're putting together for September 29th. And put that in your calendar. Some of you came to the March event, and part 2 is September 29th. Also next month, May 10th, one of Tech Manitoba's fastest growing members, Neo Financial, is having a presentation by Sudeep Sidhu, engineer and mobile lead, who dives into how to grow and foster dev talent and provides firsthand insights on how to set up teams for success. So that's, I don't know where we're going to do that one. We'll have to maybe get creative and stay on a roll with some new approaches to things. And then I'm really jazzed also about the next Manitoba Women in Tech event, which is free. It's virtual. It's on April 20th. We've got a couple of women who, you know, I think sometimes we say something ought to be done about that. And these 2 women are doing something about online hate, specifically geared towards women, and gamifying mental wellness. So really using technology for good. So, and it's going to be a breakfast session. So please make note of that, because Manitoba Women in Tech has not done a breakfast session, maybe ever. So that's going to be new. Anything else we're going to say?
It's a Filipino breakfast?
It's, well, we would encourage people to, it can be any food that you want. So I guess let's send people back to networking. We're going to leave the event open until 1:15. So Elise will flip us back to, I guess we can do it right here, can't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can do it.
Thanks, folks.
Your laptop.
Absolute pleasure and honor.
Online.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
We done?
Back to floor.
Thank you. Bye.